1 in 100 chefs get a breakthrough and achieve worldwide recognition. And Nick DiGiovanni did it before he turned 25. Imagine risking it all for your passion and succeed. He paused his Harvard studies to join MasterChef and became the youngest finalist ever. We will see how he transformed his love for cooking into a social media empire with over 40 million followers, breaking world records along the way. Let's dive.
Wow.
Nick grew up in Providence, Rhode Island, where his grandmother and great-grandmother taught him to love cooking from a young age. This familiar, peaceful world, filled with homemade recipes and precious kitchen moments, was where his passion for gastronomy was born. Since childhood, Nick absorbed the family values of patience and creativity that would become essential in his culinary career. For him, the kitchen was a refuge, a space where he could experiment and share unforgettable moments with his loved ones. In this ordinary world, he wasn't yet the renowned chef we know today. He was a passionate young man, guided by his roots and a curiosity that seemed boundless. But this warm, welcoming environment was only the beginning of an extraordinary journey that would lead him to challenges and achievements far greater than he had ever imagined.
While studying at Harvard University, Nick decided to audition for season 10 of MasterChef, hoping to take his love for cooking to a professional level. This decision wasn't simple. Harvard represented stability and a promising future, but the opportunity to compete on a television show was an irresistible call. Nick was ready to step out of his comfort zone and show the world his culinary creativity. This call to adventure was the push he needed to break away from his university routine and dive into the unknown. The possibility of standing before chefs like Gordon Ramsay and Aarón Sánchez, facing complex culinary challenges, sparked a mix of excitement and nerves. He knew this experience could change his life forever, and that if he wanted to make a name in the culinary world, he had to accept the challenge. This was the first step of a journey that would change everything. Despite his excitement, Nick had doubts about temporarily leaving his studies to join a competitive television show. The idea of leaving Harvard, one of the most prestigious universities in the world, brought uncertainty. Would it be worth risking his academic stability for a dream with no guaranteed success? Moreover, the public exposure and pressure of facing renowned judges made him question whether he was truly prepared. These doubts made him reconsider if he was making the right choice. Would this be the best way to build his culinary career? But every time he thought about abandoning the idea, something inside him reminded him why he had considered auditioning in the first place. With each reflection, Nick realized that letting this opportunity slip by could be something he'd regret forever.
To finish MasterChef, I had to sort of drop out of college.
These chefs weren't just evaluating his performance. They were guiding him, teaching him techniques and secrets that only come with years of experience. Ramsay with his rigor and perfectionism, and Sánchez with his focus on creativity and authenticity, became crucial mentors in his development. Thanks to their teachings, Nick began to see cooking from a deeper perspective, understanding that it's not just about taste and presentation, but the story and passion behind each dish. This encounter with his mentors was a turning point. It gave him the confidence to experiment and take risks, sparking in him a renewed desire to perfect his craft. Ramsay and Sánchez became essential voices on his journey, giving him the motivation to face any challenge.
By becoming a MasterChef finalist, Nick left his anonymity behind and took a definitive step into the professional world. This achievement marked a before and after in his life. He was no longer just a young man passionate about cooking. He was now, in the public eye, considered one of the culinary world's future stars. And that didn't just mean recognition. It also meant experiencing what it truly entailed to be a professional chef. It was new and challenging territory, where every dish was a test, and every judge's comment could shape his future. At this moment, Nick knew he had crossed a threshold with no turning back. He had left his ordinary life behind, and was now on the path to something much bigger. With his career in full swing, Nick began facing challenges that would push his talent and resilience to the limit. He decided to take on culinary feats that few chefs dare to attempt, such as breaking world records in cooking and creating large-scale dishes that defied expectations. One of these challenges was his attempt to break the record for the world's largest cake pop in collaboration with Chef Linya. This impressive creation weighed 44 kilograms and left everyone in awe. But along with these successes, he also encountered critics who questioned his innovative, extreme style. Not everyone agreed with the way he was pushing culinary boundaries, and some judged him for taking such risks. However, these comments only fueled him to perfect his craft and prove that his creativity knew no bounds. The trials and challenges became the training ground that would strengthen his character, teaching him that even in success, there will always be detractors.
One of the most tense and memorable moments in Nick's career came when he attempted to outdo his own mentor in preparing a beef Wellington, one of Ramsay's signature dishes. This challenge was more than a culinary competition. It was a test of how far his skill and discipline could go. Trying to match or even surpass a chef of his caliber at his own dish represented enormous pressure. This moment symbolized a turning point in Nick's career. If he could meet expectations, he would show the world that he was ready to stop being an apprentice and become an equal. Every move in the kitchen, every technique, and every second felt like a test of his courage and everything he had learned up to that point.
After that, he was ready to join Gordon to do the same, but gigantic. But doing the world's largest beef Wellington requires
extraordinary precision and physical endurance. Every stage of the preparation, from selecting ingredients to the final cooking, was a challenge in itself. For Nick, this challenge was the ultimate test of his ability to work under pressure and meet an exceptional standard of quality. In the end, the effort paid off, and they set a new Guinness World Record with a beef Wellington weighing 25.76 kilograms. The excitement was indescribable. Nick had not only taken part in one of the most impressive culinary feats of his career, but he had also done it alongside his mentor, who guided him every step of the way. This achievement not only established Nick as a chef capable of pushing limits, but also as someone willing to make history in the culinary world. After conquering this impressive achievement, Nick received an invaluable reward, recognition and respect from the culinary industry, along with the opportunity to take his career to a new level. Inspired by this success, he released his first cookbook, Knife Drop, which quickly became a New York Times bestseller. This accomplishment represented much more than just a publication. It was the validation of all his hard work, every risk taken, and every challenge faced along the way. In addition to solidifying his reputation, this book gave him the chance to connect even more with his audience, sharing his recipes and culinary vision in a personal way. It was a reward Nick had long sought, symbolizing the realization of a dream that began in his grandmother's kitchen. Now, as a recognized author, Nick had an even greater platform to inspire others to pursue their own passions in gastronomy.
After achieving success and establishing himself as a figure in the culinary industry, Nick decided to return to his roots in a meaningful way. Instead of focusing solely on his own growth, he began collaborating with food-related charities, dedicating his time and resources to fighting hunger and promoting culinary education. This return to his roots was a way to honor the influence of his family and everyone who had supported him along the way. Additionally, Nick used his digital platforms to share his knowledge and experiences, inspiring others to step into the world of cooking. For him, this road back wasn't a retreat, but an opportunity to give back and connect with his followers in a genuine way. Through this work, Nick demonstrated that true success goes beyond personal achievements. It's about positively impacting the lives of others. Facing new personal and professional challenges, Nick underwent a transformation that strengthened his commitment to cooking and culinary education. Every obstacle he overcame made him more resilient, allowing him to evolve not only as a chef, but also as a mentor and public figure. He was no longer just an experienced cook. He was someone who took on the responsibility of teaching and inspiring future generations. This resurrection was a rebirth for Nick, who had exceeded expectations and earned a place as a leader in the industry. Through his experiences, he learned that true growth isn't just measured in awards or recognition, but in how we can inspire and help others grow as well. With this new perspective, Nick felt more prepared than ever to face whatever challenges the future might bring.
Every recipe, every piece of advice, and every story from his journey reflect his commitment to creativity and culinary education. For Nick, it also signifies the chance to make a positive impact on the lives of those who follow him. And so we conclude the story of Nick DiGiovanni, a journey that began in a family kitchen and took him to renowned stages. transforming him into an inspiring figure in the culinary world. His story reminds us that big dreams start with small steps, and that with dedication and creativity, any limit can be overcome.
Now tell me, which recipe of Nick DiGiovanni is your favorite?
Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories like this one. See you next time.